Hi, everyone. It's Hunter Lott, your HR problem solver on demand. And this is take 5 from our series. That's interesting. I'm listening to the radio. I come across NPR, and this story starts up about the 4-day work week. I've brought this up before. It was part of the UAW contract negotiation. I'm not sure how serious it really was, but this was interesting. A small manufacturing plant in Ohio, and they'd gone to the 4-day work week. Pay them for 5, work them 4. And some of the things they learned, it was just fascinating. And they all ended up as employees, and they quoted in this this radio broadcast that the companies that had tried this experiment, none of them would go back to the quote unquote 5-day work week. And whether you jump on this or not, it got me thinking about some of the efficiencies and inefficiencies at work. And so I did a Claude AI. Average manager spends 23 to 35 hours per week in scheduled meetings. Man, there's just not much left, right? Now, I get it. The higher up you go, the more you're making decisions that impact the company. But wow, um, managers, how often do they check in with their smartphones? Phew, 80 times per day? If you're constantly connected and responsible roles of habitual use. Microsoft found in a survey that typical information worker has 5 minutes between each interruption, takes 15 minutes to get back to task. Well, this is like going backwards here. Overall estimations range from the lower of around 50 interruptions today to over 100 per day. And we're surprised that employees don't want to come back to work. So again, whether you want embrace the whole concept of the 4-day work week, what about efficiencies at work? I think as the economy gets tougher, we got to take a hard look at this, and companies are reductions in force, and I get that, but rather than cutting headcount, let's see if we can get the best from the people we have. First, help them manage, and ourselves for that matter, the smartphone. And you can go online, you can look all this stuff up. I love this, turn off email notifications. Wow. How would I possibly get through the day? And the idea there was just rather than you being controlled by the phone, you control. Here's the time I've set aside to answer emails. But I love this author. This is in LinkedIn. Talks about, okay, what about emergencies? But how often is there a real emergency? And there may be a better way to handle that. I've talked about time management before, but this popped up again when I was looking at it. The idea of the Pomodoro, setting aside blocks of time where you can get some serious work done. If you're interrupted dozens of times, 80 times a day, it doesn't leave much to get something done. Okay, I'm going to set aside a 25-minute block of time. Boom, phones away, and just really focus on this particular project, this item, this to do, whatever it may be. I love this. Most productive people work 52 minutes. My friends that use Pomodoro said that time, you really start to love it, that it grows. Start at 20 minutes and it grows. Most productive people, 52 minutes and then a 17-minute break. Meetings, don't have an agenda, or in this suggestion here is not so much agenda, but have questions that need to be answered. We can get a whole lot better at the meetings that we have. If so much time is spent in meetings, then they better be tight, they better be compelling. I love this. Pretend that the meeting was voluntary, that no employee had to go. And would they still come to the meeting? Are they part of the meeting? Are they engaged in the meeting? But we've got to get better as managers at how we do this. And one that I think is going to come up, and that's this idea of cross-training. That everybody's got kind of a side hustle internally with the company. they'll become more and more critical as efficiencies become more of a priority. Hey, thanks for watching this week. Check out our resources at hunterlot.com, our handbook reviews and other avenues and areas that we can help out. Again, thanks for joining. We'll see you next time on Take 5.